Hello and welcome to the iPhone 14 Pro review. I'm about 5 months into this phone, so this is what I think about after 5 months of usage. I have the space gray or black model, whichever one that was. I have a screen protector on it. You're going to need a screen protector if you have your phone. I found that out. And you're also going to need a back camera protector because the bump is so big. If I go over here to my desk, hopefully you can see this, and I try to set it down flat, there's a wobble. So if I need to tap anything up here, bump, 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 it wobbles a lot. So the camera bump is something that really became apparent in this model, and you're like, ooh, hoo-hoo. But before I tell you more about the 14 Pro, please like and subscribe. With a case, I have a standard clear case. The bump isn't too bad, it kind of minimizes it because of the case design. It's still not amazing. Also, when I got the case for this phone, it came with a screen protector and back camera glass, or glass protector. So one time the phone was dropped, phone is fine, front of the phone is fine, the back glass completely cracked. That's on the protector. So, which tells me if that protector wasn't on there, that glass would have cracked instantly. The bump is so big that it's gonna break. And I've seen reports of that online as well. Also, this front screen protector broke a lot too. Just be careful with these phones. Like if you're paying over $1,000 for the phone, you really want to be careful with it. Other than that, so if you look at the phone straight on, we have the dynamic island up here. That was the huge feature. That's what really made me go from the 12 to a 14 Pro instead of the 12 to a 14. I wanted to play with it, and it's kind of cool, but it is a little bit lower than the previous notches, although it is smaller. So recently I was watching Star Trek Picard, and they have this beautiful end credit scene, and the notch gets in the way, especially if it's full screen. Like if it was just moved up here where a notch would be instead of dynamic island, it would have been better. But I can live with it because now I just watch TV on a TV like you should. The camera quality is amazing. I'm zooming in. I can zoom in all the way to 15 times, I think it says, yes, and the 0.5 looks pretty good unless it's something like here, and then you get those funny little meme shots. Camera's great, except for the bump. The Face ID works really well, even with it's the small notch. It has the speakers, as always, sound amazing. I don't have really the only huge complaint about the phone was the dynamic island. It has a cool few features when you go on it. You open it. Okay, if you had a timer, I'd be able to up here and maybe two things. If you're on the phone, you're out, you see like little wavelengths. It's cool, but I'd rather it be up. I guess my second other thing was the camera bump. So camera bump, dynamic island, I really wish they would have moved that up. And I know it's the slow progression to tiny little hole or no notch, but it's not that useful. It kind of sucks. The other thing this new phone did is it introduced this background wallpaper, which is really just an iOS thing, but I like it because my phone's off and it's zoomed out of the earth, and I zoom in and then bam, earth. What else? I guess I can talk about the battery life. So on the iPhone 12 that I was coming from, the battery was still like 85% health, I think 87. And it would not get me through a day at all. This phone will. This phone definitely lasted a lot longer the second I got it, and I still noticed the battery improvements today. When I'm on a high demanding app, it goes down lower. The phone, when I'm driving, I still have this issue. I wish there was something to do, but there really isn't. If I have it mounted up on my dash, the sun's beaming down on it, even though the car AC is low, it gets hot because it's charging, it's doing Bluetooth music to the car, and it's navigating, it's naturally getting hotter, so the screen brightness goes down and down and down. At some point, after I've been driving for like 2 to 3 hours, the phone really is like, and the brightness goes really low, and it's not super enjoyable. The navigation is perfect, and I have done the SOS test for the satellite testing, so that's another thing that this phone added. It was, hey, you don't have a phone signal and you're stuck somewhere? Well, your phone can help you find a satellite and it'll ping it. The first 2 times I tried it, it did not work. But that was when they just opened the test up to everybody. I haven't tried it since then because on my third try I got to work. I was like, okay, good enough. If I'm just been mauled by a bear, hopefully I'm alive for this. As I stated in my HomePod review, Siri still sucks, and even if I go, hey Siri, sometimes she turns on, sometimes she does not. Oh, look, there, she just got it. The bezels on the phone do seem to be a little bit smaller, and I'm not noticing them as much. But after like a few minutes of being engraved in the phone content, I'm perfectly fine. It's a good phone. If you're coming from a 13, it is not worth the upgrade. Because if you're just wanting that notch. If you're wanting the better camera, sure, but if you're probably not going to notice that big of an upgrade even from a normal 13, especially not from a 13 Pro. I'd said the good time to upgrade is when your battery is dying and you're like, hey, I want a new phone. If you're coming from a 12 or before and the battery is really bad, come on. But the 12, reminded this, the 12 had a naturally bad battery. So I don't know if you should upgrade to this or if you should upgrade to a 13 Pro or if you should upgrade at all. Because keep in mind, we are in February. We are, February's 2 and September is 9 month-wise. So we're 7-ish months away. If you can hold on to your phone for about 7 more months, you can upgrade to a much better phone. And I know asking someone to hold on to their phone for 7 months is a little poopy. But if you're just having battery issues, you can get a battery pack. Get that MagSafe battery pack, slap it on the back. If that doesn't work for you, get a different battery pack. Just do something to hold on to the phone. Because the further away you are, the longer you wait, the nicer the upgrade will be further on. This is a wonderful phone. The camera bump is too big. The camera bumps are going to keep getting bigger. Really can't complain about that. It's smooth on the back. It's sleek. The sides are amazing. The Dynamic Island is probably going to stick around for a few more generations, and it has lightning, but those things can be solved with the next phone. However, from the time it came out, it's a wonderful phone. Do I like it? Yes. Should you upgrade now under specific circumstances? Yes. Or hold on and wait. And if you really can't, try to find a refurbished 13 Pro or something like that. Go on Amazon. If you really, really need a 14 Pro, okay. Still try to find it refurbished. Don't buy it brand new, because we're coming up on upgrade season. It's slowly coming. We just did a video on those first looks at the iPhone 15. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you want to send this review to someone that's considering getting a 14 Pro, send this video their way. All right, I'm out. Toodles.